2024 was the year the world finally managed to get a grip on record inflation. Central banks began cutting interest rates. Stocks hit record highs in the US and Europe. 141 new billionaires joined the Forbes super rich list. But if this was supposed to be good news, someone forgot to tell voters. In elections across the globe, they punished incumbents for the economic reality they were feeling, a merciless cost of living crisis. And for many, things might get tougher in 2025. The World Bank says the poorest countries on the planet are in their worst economic state for 2 decades. They missed out on the post-pandemic recovery, and now the last thing they need is new headwinds, like weaker trade or funding conditions. In the world's richer economies, many voters feel their living standards and prospects are in decline. If governments don't counter this conviction, it could feed the rise of extremist parties already causing fragmented parliaments. National budgets are facing new spending priorities, things like tackling climate change, boosting armies, and caring for ageing populations. If governments simply continue to take on more debt, they could get caught up in a new financial crisis.
Tariffs will make our country rich.
It's still anyone's guess whether incoming President Donald Trump will push ahead with 10 to 20% tariffs on all imports, 60% for Chinese goods. That could trigger a trade war and bring on a new dose of inflation, a global slowdown, or both. China itself faces mounting pressure as its recent growth impetus runs out of steam. Will lagging Europe tackle issues like its lack of investment and skills shortages? Resolving political deadlocks in Germany and France will need to happen first. For many other economies, the prospect of a stronger dollar is bad news. It sucks investment away from them and makes their dollar-denominated debt dearer. Then, throw in the largely unknowable impact of conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East. Both can affect the cost of energy, which fuels the world's economy. For now, policymakers and financial markets are banking on being able to ride all this out. But as the International Monetary Fund signalled in its latest outlook, brace for uncertain times.